Hi everyone, I wanted to make a quick video to talk about what has been going on in the spiritual community. There has been a bomb that has dropped. SamuelBlee has been charged with manslaughter and has been arrested in Miami, and he is currently awaiting trial. If you don't know who SamuelBlee is, it's probably better. He is one of the top spiritual gurus in the New Age movement. And basically, he is arrested and charged for manslaughter because of his heart-opening protocol. You're going to see how dark the New Age movement really is. And this is what I've been talking about and hinting at on my channel. So basically, this heart protocol is a therapy that he gives to his clients, and it includes a parasite cleanse, being put on DMT, ketamine, and MDMA, all at the same time, and then he throws the person into a sauna. Like, even just saying this is just so crazy and so ungrounded and out of touch with actual spiritual discipline and practical spiritual evolution. This is what we call woo-woo crap. So, wow, what a surprise. She dies. I first heard about Samuel a few months ago. Believe it or not, I actually never even heard about him, even though he's got such a presence on YouTube, because the thing is that he's always posting, and YouTube algorithms reward those that post like crazy. You know, it keeps them on the hamster wheel and then gives them these rewards of pushing their names out there. So because of that, he's become really well known. It's literally, he's just working with the algorithm. Some of the things that he says feel and resonate to be true. In particular for me, it has to do with the scalar frequencies of the whales and the dolphins, and of, you know, ancient Lemuria and Atlantis. And it's, you know, it can be quite inspiring listening to those aspects and angles of his work. However, the vast majority of everything else is entirely made up. It sounds entirely made up. There's no factual things backing it. It's all basically his inner gnosis and his inner experience, and you just have to trust him. So he talks about the 12-strand DNA, and that's something that I've been particularly really interested in unlocking and developing. And I know the spiritual disciplines that allow this to happen at a grounded level. However, I wanted to hear what he had to say about it. So he throws a little tidbits out there, but he doesn't really give you any of the real stuff. For that, you've got to pay and subscribe for his membership. So I did. And I joined his membership, and I started the 12-strand DNA course. And it's just total bullshit. Like, I don't know how else to say it. But basically, he teaches you how to repeat all of these mantras in a language that he calls the first language before all languages. And you're just repeating mantras. And he's feeding you all of this new age kind of fantasy stuff, which, interestingly enough, I found out a lot of his work is plagiarized from Lisa Renee. So that was also disappointing. The thing that got me to immediately unsubscribe and stop following his content was when he started to promote ketamine in his membership as a healing therapy. Immediately, I knew that this was a false teacher, because ketamine has no connection to the natural world. It's not natural at all. One more side note about his 12-strand DNA activation course. Not once in any of his course material is he teaching anyone about proper diet, centering the body, meditation. All of these foundational pillars to actual spiritual growth are not even talked about or mentioned. So that was another red flag. Ketamine is 100% synthetic. You can look it up yourself. It is made in a laboratory off of chemical compounds. In the spiritual New Age movement and in spiritual festivals, people are taking ketamine as if it's some plant medicine. And it's not. It has the ability to anchor in demonic attachments to the auric field. I know this. I felt the energy of it. And also my friend, who's incredibly intuitive, saw someone on ketamine and literally saw a demon just latching onto their auric field, sucking out their life force. This is really common. And really, the New Age movement, I mean, especially here in Miami, it's just another label for debaucherous Babylonian behavior. Everyone's basically getting together and having these disgusting orgies while they're on drugs and ketamine, and they're calling it free love. And this is the rot in the spiritual community that is being brought up. Why is it being brought up right now? Well, because Saturn is in Pisces. No, you Western astrologers, it's not in Aries. Go look at the sky right now. It's in Pisces. That's why we're having all this conflict at the Strait of Hormuz, which is in the ocean, which is ruled by Pisces. Also, Neptune is also in Pisces. And so Neptune and Saturn together in Pisces, which is the sign of religion and spirituality, is basically bringing up all of the illusion, all of the gunk, all of the deception. Karma is Saturn. And Samuel right now is getting his karmic debt paid. I think it's so unfortunate that so many people that want to come and explore and genuinely have an interest in spiritual evolution, and then they get led astray by these false gurus. So this is a warning to all of you. Do not get involved with ketamine. Do not get involved with all of these drugs and think that you will be able to spiritually ascend. You need to do the work. There is no lasting reward without the hard work and foundation that you put in, day out. And that has to do with diet and meditating, which is centering the body. Not the meditations that they talk about today in the New Age movement are not meditations. Those are just basically feel-good journeys. An actual Vedic practical meditation has to do with centering the body, including the speech and the right and the left hemisphere, and has to do with strengthening the spine, because everything unlocks from the strength of the spine and the fluid that rises through the spine. It's unfortunate because I know that this is going to give the spiritual community a bad reputation, and it's going to make everyone seem like woo-woo, ungrounded idiots. But at the same time, this has to come out and it needs to be called out and seen for what it is so that people can actually start to find grounded practices. And for me, I have always found that in the Vedic, the most ancient scriptures, this is pre-Egyptian time. And the Vedic is completely connected to the stars, to nature, to the human body, and to disciplined, practical ascension. So if you want to learn more about that, you can check out my playlist, and I will see you in a future video where I'm going to be addressing these New Age spiritual beliefs, because what's happening is that there is a spiritual evolution going on this planet. We all see it, and while the light is coming in and giving us new perspectives, it's also bringing up all the darkness. So we're having a contrast of light and dark in a more extreme fashion than before. And this is a purging that's going on. It's a purification. And so this, Samuel, is an example of this purification. And with it comes, hopefully, people waking up and recognizing that, hey, getting on drug and fueled heart protocols aren't really going to do anything practical for my spiritual discipline and evolution. Taking a little pill to take a cheat and thinking that you can ascend up into higher dimensions of consciousness, it can happen for about, a couple minutes for the journey. But when that drug wears off, you're just going to end up right back from where you were before. It could give you some insight, which is good, but it's not the path. So I think that's all I want to say on this topic. And watch out for who you're following. Watch out to who you're listening to. Listen to your inner gut. And if they're offering you a quick fix and a quick solution towards spiritual enlightenment, it's not true. Everything comes with discipline and with repetitive action, with honoring the higher and divine, and attuning ourselves and connecting in with nature and cleaning out our bodies of all of these artificial synthetic substances and pharmaceuticals, chemicals, all of it needs to be detoxed out of the body. And then that will fine tune our body, which is a tool for ascension, to be able to reach the heights that were reached back in the ancient golden age. Sending you all my warmth, and I wish you practical, grounded, spiritual evolution.